Welcome to this edition of Chart Talk. I'm Tony Ogorek. I'm here with Portfolio Manager Jeff Viksjo. And Jeff, today we're going to talk about inflation and the fact that the common wisdom, the consensus on inflation, may be a little bit askew. So let's take a look at the chart we've got today. And this takes a look at wage growth in a variety of different industries. So what are you seeing when we look at this, Jeff?
So inflation has been tied to wage growth historically. The more workers are getting paid, the more they're willing to spend. And so this chart is looking at wage growth by different industries. And so on the left, we have wage growth over the last 3 months, basically in the recovery since the pandemic. And then at the bottom is that starting wage for the industries, with the lowest paid towards the left, the highest paid towards the right. And Tony, we can clearly see that the lowest paid industries, leisure and hospitality, retail trade among them, have seen the highest wage growth over the last 3 months.
Yeah, and Jeff, those are some of the toughest jobs out there. Where you're dealing with, being porters, maids, servers. Your people who are having to deal with with the airline gates and all that kind of stuff. So it's a difficult job. You're dealing with the public. You're exposed, to more virus than knowledge workers. And when you look at the federal minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. These people, generally speaking, are not getting paid a lot. And so maybe what we've got are our market forces finally working for the benefit of these people, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you look at the headline inflation number, it's scary. But as you dig deeper, you see that it's only isolated to a few categories, like used car prices are soaring, and that's throwing the headline number off. Wage growth is very similar. We've seen some headline numbers that are maybe a little higher than normal. But if you dig down, you see that it's isolated to a few industries, like you mentioned, Tony, retail and hospitality, that they laid off the most workers in the pandemic. They were the hardest hit. So of course, they would have to pay a little bit more to get them back.
Right. So I think when you look at it through that lens, it's sort of the invisible hand, as Adam Smith talked about in the economy, which is if you want people to come back doing difficult work for you, you're probably going to have to pay them a little bit more. So hopefully this view of inflation and wage growth has been informative for you. And we look forward to seeing you at our next Chart Talk.